This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
Bro Gang, we are joined by the Texas Titan, Lawrence Schlossman, and myself, the gutter snipe governor, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys with today's full episode only. Available on patreon.com/throwingfits. Lawrence, giddy up, partner. How's your week, buddy?
Great, man. I'm in Texas. I'm in the South, dude. Texas is the South, right? You consider it the South?
I think it's its own fucking country.
Well, yeah, they did try to secede from the Union after all, or they're maybe even still trying. I'm doing good, man. I just got in super late last night, had a delicious Whataburger for lunch, my favorite fast food. My number one priority when I'm in the nation of Texas.
When you're visiting your in-laws. I'm seeing double here. I'm seeing two Larrys. There's a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, I'm...
fuck? Is that how narcissistic you are? You need to masturbate to a cardboard cutout of yourself?
No, that's disgusting. No, this was a gift that my wife and I guess me that we got we got her parents, my in-laws, last Christmas because it was a pandemic and we couldn't be here. So she thought it would be hilarious if we sent a life-size cutout of ourselves from our honeymoon. And now that I think about it, I'm going to do two fit checks. I'm going to fit check that guy too. 100%.
You're wearing a traditional, looks like a traditional Hindu fabric back in the cardboard cutout, but
I'm wearing a traditional Italian garb.
Before we get, you look like Silvio. Before we get into having sex with whales, Larry going full yeehaw down on the range, hiring a personal trainer to get cum gutters and cum gutters alone, and so much more.
Yeah,
let's get to a fit check, and I guess why don't we start with do you want to start with real life Larry or Silvio Larry?
Well, it's pretty quick. I'll start with myself. I'm not wearing any shoes in the house. I have on Patagonia black Patagonia baggies. I guess if you can't pony, well, I guess you're not seeing my shorts, whether you pony up for the $10 or not. And then I'm wearing a green Columbia PFG fishing shirt, white rodeo hat, Hill City underwear today. And then that beautiful bastard over my left shoulder is in a silky Saturdays camp collar, like two-tone crazy tile type mosaic print camp collar shirt. I guess I'm starting top down on him. He might be a cop. Those are Supreme black.
You wore Supreme jeans on your honeymoon?
The jeans,
bro.
I wore jeans on my honeymoon, and at the time, and still, they're some of the best jeans in the world. Fuck you, okay? Yes, I wore Supreme on my honeymoon, and then he's wearing crispy Belgians that I had gotten for my wedding that are now they're the only footwear I actually bring. Typically, when I go on a trip to a place that's this hot, excuse me, but they are, looking at them in that photo makes me think that I might need to get another pair because my shits are fucking cooked now. But that's my fit check, and I'm drinking Whataburger, Diet Dr. Pepper, and Smart Water. What about you?
All right. I'm wearing the Juicy Jimmy burgundy shorts. I'm glad that everyone's getting their shorts this week.
Shorts are hitting all week, baby.
And I'm hoping that you guys are being kind and respectful to the merchman, Rylan. If you haven't gotten yours yet, they're shipping out. Well, today, 2 more days in the week. But yeah, I'm glad that the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people are getting their shorts. Can't wait to see them at the barbecue.
The reviews have been really good. At least everyone that's like, well, obviously send us your pics if you want free clout on Twitter and Instagram. And then, we appreciate all of the feedback so far. Rave reviews across the board.
Yeah. And then I got a Capital palm tree polo on. That's a little snug. I don't know if I'd necessarily wear this out unless it's like part of like a larger fit. I wore this to your wedding. I wore this to the, what's the shit that happens before the actual wedding?
Welcome reception.
The night before. I guess it wasn't the party, the dinner with like the wedding party, but the welcome reception.
Welcome reception. Yeah.
Yes. Where you famously threw up in a sink.
Yeah. No, well, I threw up in a pint glass, urinal, and a sink.
Yo, maybe the urinal that fucking clocked you in the gave you sweet chin music. He was just fighting for his brethren, bro.
I was going to say, I got a message to deliver on behalf of my cousin.
A slap.
Back in Houston. Yeah.
That video was taken down off TikTok.
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah. I'm like, what community guidelines did it violate? Fucking.
And then Hanes underwear. And I might.
White on white crime because of the porcelain, maybe?
Exactly. My man's just out here trying to eat some piss. I don't know if it's because I'm nasty and I haven't like refreshed the underwear rotation in a minute, or it's that I've like lost the quarantine weight or just like lost weight period. But like half my Hanes boxers now don't fit. They're too loose.
Do you think the elastic is just like, oh, you mean
it's probably the elastic is just like melted in the dryer. Right.
Yeah. Or just gets stretched. It gets like, stretched out over time and it just becomes less.
Yeah.
Unlike the only pod shorts that matter, we don't know the quality, the fidelity of the elastic in a Hanes fucking boxer.
So if anyone has underwear recommendations or wants to put me on some underwear flow team boxers only, please.
Wait, is that polo tight because you're getting so jacked now and so swole?
No, it's always been pretty tight. It's like I bought it at the Capitol Archive store and it's like,
yo, that's pretty. I mean, you look good, but it's like pretty tight.
I like this would work. This would have worked in Miami,
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Or if I was on my twink shit, but the gains keep on coming. And Drink Check is a Fat Tire Amber Ale. Shout out Chip Hop Hooray. I owe you an email back to try and secure a shipping container of Fruit Smash. Throwing Fits Barbecue.
We do need a shipping container, 100%.
And 5,000 Neiman Ranch sausages, which they are collaborating with Neiman Ranch, which is fire.
We're talking about the barbecue at some point because, like, I know there's not like a ton of new information, but like this shit is shaping up to be truly the social event of the season.
I know,
to the point where it's a bit scary.
I know. We'll get into that. But
okay. All right, cool.
And so Amber Ale. I don't know if this is something we're gonna try and like. It's a very tasty beer. I've always been a fan of Fat Tire, but it's not something you can drink like 1,000 of, which is why I don't know if we're going to like try and get a shipping containers worth for the barbecue. Cause it's not like a hot day summer beer. It's like at the end of a long day, you just want like a very, filling
it's a kickback. It's a kickback thing.
It's not a pop out. It's a kickback.
Right. Cause Fruit Smash is a kickback and smash. That's more of like a kickback and relax type thing.
Exactly.
Maybe you're at your in-laws, you're on their patio. Their house in Texas. Okay. All right. Touche.
Not having sex.
Yeah, true.
We'll get into that. All right. Before we get into all that stuff, we got to start out with, big rip to my guy, John McAfee.
This is your boy, dude.
Yeah. He's protected us from mad viruses throughout the years. So when I was still in college, me and Dick Sucking Ron, we had like ourselves we must've been rising juniors, right? Because this ridiculous human being, I'm not going to give his name, but this absurd human being is now a super successful commercial real estate salesman realtor in Miami. He was like, yo, you guys are in New York, like come through my crib. Like I live here now with my own apartment. Whereas like I was still living with my parents. Dick Sucking Ron I think his parents had lived in New York at that time. So he was with them. So we were just like, all right, let's just go to his crib and like say what up. And he's like, so how you guys feeling? Like you're almost, we were rising seniors. So he's like, how you guys feeling? Like, do you know what you're going to do after school?
He had already graduated.
He'd already been out for like a year or two. And you could tell.
This is John McAfee.
Yes. This guy's shoulders, his name was Jack Dinkler. That's what it rhymes with.
Oh, okay. Got it.
His shoulders had been crushed by the wheels, by the fucking just being a cog in the machine. Capitalism had fucking sucked the soul out of his throat. And he was like, we were like still bright-eyed, about to graduate into the real world.
Bushy-tailed. Yeah.
Exactly. And we were like, oh, we want to work for like a nonprofit. We want to make the world a better place. We want to work for, the ACLU or whatever.
I want to open up my own dick sucking factory.
And he's like, that's the worst fucking idea I've ever heard. Here's what you're going to do. The only goals you should have coming out of college is to 1, make as much money as you can so that 2, you can consume as many drugs as you can.
Also,
and we were like, Jack Dinkler, you're so wacky. That's so funny. This man was right.
Yeah.
And it took us again, like he'd been in the fucking rat race for 2 years now. And he wanted to kill himself.
How tight were you with this guy at Vassar?
Not tight at all. we would like goof around and like once from like across the classroom, like one of us held up a sign that said, you can't read. And then he was like, no, I can tread. I know how to tread. I'm like, what?
Someone's penmanship was off.
Yeah, exactly. No, this man's reading comprehension skills were zilch.
Was he?
Anyway,
did he come from money? Is that how he got into commercial real estate?
I think he was just like a Long Island bro.
Okay,
he was like one of the few like flax bros at like kind of like walked around with like a penny on and shit
at the gayest college in the United States of America.
Yes, at that time,
statistically.
Yeah.